In today's video, we're talking all about color correction and color grading, and how you can transform your footage from looking like this to this. Now, the first step of color correction and color grading happens before we even get into Premiere Pro, and that's making sure that you're shooting in a log or a flat color profile. This allows you to have the most dynamic range and flexibility when it comes to creating the most cinematic, colorful shot in your footage. Go to the Workspaces tab and navigate to the Color tab. We have our basic corrections, our white balance, saturation, exposure, contrast, highlights, that all lives here. And then to the left, we have our Lumetri scopes. And I have customized these to the scopes that I actually like to use. So if you don't see this, you'll go to the little wrench tab here under settings, and you can add whatever scopes that you want. So the very first thing that I would do is color correct my images to make sure that the exposure looks right, the highlights aren't blown out, and overall the image just looks correct. Now, these are built-in video scopes to help monitor that the image is correctly exposed and color corrected. Here on the left is called the YC No Chroma scope, which represents the brightest and darkest points of the footage. The value of 0 is black and the value of 100 is white. So this helps me to make sure I am not underexposing or overexposing my footage. This scope on the right is known as a vector scope, which monitors the color and saturation values of your image. And this bottom scope is called a parade RGB scope, which monitors the red, greens, and blues of the footage to ensure that the color temperature is always balanced. And these scopes are super critical and extremely helpful in making sure that what you're seeing isn't playing tricks on you. The scopes will always be right, even if the image looks a little bit brighter than it might be. Adjust some of the blacks, maybe bring the shadows down. And I like to kind of add a little contrast before we get things going. I might add a little bit of saturation to the image. And right here, I'm just looking to make sure that the image is balanced properly inside of my window. And I would just do this essentially through every clip that I have. So I'm gonna add some contrast to bring that in. Maybe I'll adjust my highlights before and after. Very simple, very subtle. This is the first step. Now, once I go through and I continue to adjust the exposure and all of my basic highlights, shadows, finding that sweet spot, as I bring up the comparison view mode. There'll be a little plus button called the button editor. You're gonna click that, look for the comparison view, and drag that down here into my working toolbar. So essentially what this does is it allows me to compare clips side by side that I've already color corrected to make sure that every clip on my timeline matches one another universally. Let's say this clip here matches the style that I've already corrected on the clip here. I can just simply come in here, and now I'm adjusting just the clip on the right and not the clip on the left. The clip on the left is my reference model. Adding a little bit of contrast to my shot, a little more saturation, and maybe adjust our temperature. So now those two shots look very, very similar to one another. Now, the reason that this comparison reference view is extremely helpful is if you're shooting with different cameras that you need to match the color on, shooting in different environments, and the lighting may change. And this ensures that all the clips match one another so that in the final edit, everything looks consistent. Now, once I feel confident enough that all of my shots are properly color corrected, I move into the color grade, or what's commonly referred to as a LUT, a lookup table. And this is where we get to hone in on a creative style that we want. Project window, new item, adjustment layer, and we can name this the color grade LUT. Drag this directly on top of all of my clips, and then drag this all the way out. I can create a global look now to every single one of the clips that I've already color corrected. So when you drop down the curves panel, you have all of these other options in here. We have our regular RGB curves, hue and saturation, hue and hue, hue and luma. But what I wanna do is add a little bit more contrast here just overall. So I'm gonna create a simple S curve here on my RGB curves. So we're gonna drag this down, and I'm just gonna bring the highlights up a little bit so that I'm adding contrast to the whole image. So you can see if I turn that on and off, that has added a ton of contrast to that image. Maybe I want to take the blue here of this shed, pull the hue of it away. So I'm gonna take my eyedropper tool, come in here and select it. We've now had 3 points selected for that color variable. And if I want to adjust this to become a little more teal, I can do that very easily by dragging this up and creating points on that. Take our dropper tool, select that door, and now if I bring this up, we have easily added saturation to just that one specific color value. I may come in here and drop this down and add some color to the shadows and the highlights. So if I want the midtones to be a little bit warmer, all I have to do here is adjust the wheel here on the midtones so you can see that we have our warmth in the midtones. And now we go from this to this with a few short steps on an adjustment layer. So now if I look at all these clips, we have something that looks really, really cool, and we have created this from scratch. So before and after. Now at this point, you're nearly done, but we can save this color grade as our own LUT to use in future projects. And it's as simple as hovering over this adjustment layer and going up here to Lumetri Color, clicking the little hamburger icon, and you're going to just export .cube. Save this LUT wherever you can access your files. LUT, drag that adjustment layer on top. Under the Creative tab, you'll see that there is a look option. Here is where all of the different preset LUTs that Adobe already provides for us exist, but we want to actually import the one that we just created. So we are going to go to Browse, and right here in my hard drive is my new LUT. I press open, and boom, we have now imported our own LUT on top of all of our footage. And to me, I think it looks pretty awesome. Now, I hope that tips like this inspire you to go out, shoot your own footage, and bring it in and implement some of these tips that I've provided in this video. Make sure to stick around as we have more content coming on Adobe Live in the coming weeks and months, and I cannot wait to see what you create.